I hope the panelists of the next session would have gone to the foyer just to get themselves prepared for the next session, which is going to start immediately after we finish. Now we can take the last question, please.
Final question?
Yes, please. Final question, please.
Final question?
It would seem to me like there are no more questions for Mr. Fox. If that's the case, can I thank you all for your attention?
Well, it finally did show.
Oh, there's a question? Okay, all right.
The question is, how did Mexico make agriculture attractive to the youths in order to contribute to the success of agriculture and economic development? Dr. Larry Tejosho asks the question.
Extremely difficult task. Extremely difficult, because usually today young move to urban areas and move to schools and universities. And I don't think it's wise to try to retain them all in rural areas. You might be losing brilliant minds that if they go to school, they can become Nobel Prizes. So we have to find the wise balance between those who stay there. At the very end, agriculture and farming will not be enough to sustain the families coming. So we have to accept that they will move, and hopefully that they will move to urban areas where there is jobs, and to urban areas where there are universities, where they can become brilliant and wise to the future. So I think that by nature, if we educate, at least in basic school, and this is very important, many times we dedicate a school to teach mathematics, to teach language, to teach history. That's not the best part of learning in life. The best part is those teachers that teach these kids to believe in themselves, to have self-esteem, which is what we do at Centro Fox. We bring in 75,000 kids a year from rural communities, from indigenous communities, just to tell them, you were not born to be poor. You were not born to be an albañil, a construction worker. You were not born to be a migrant. You were born to do great things in your life. So we put in the brain this seed of aspiration, this seed of self-esteem, this seed of leadership and understanding that we have the capacity. We just have to dedicate our efforts, and we have to stay in school. I am sure Nigeria has the same problem as we have in Mexico. In Mexico, still today, with $15,000 US per capita, kids abandon school in the first 6 years. About 25% abandon. They don't go to high school. And they abandon because their parents wrongly take them out of the school to put them to work and try to improve family's income. That's a big mistake. Parents should be convinced that the best thing to do is to keep their kids in school. Government should be convinced that they should do everything in their hands to keep kids in school, up to university. And this is where this program in Mexico, in my government, opportunities, gives a grant to the family, gives an income equivalent to 1 minimum wage to the family as long as they keep the kid in school. When they take the kid out, they don't get a minimum wage. A minimum wage is Of course, a very low salary, but it still is enough to survive. So they don't get that cash rebate every month if the kid is not in school. That's a key issue, because you help the family like giving them a scholarship. So, but only the kid stays in school. That's most important. So in our school system, we need, number one, to keep everybody in school. Because if 20 or 25% abandon in basic school, another 20% abandon, in the case of Mexico, in high school, and another 20% abandon after high school. So at the end, we get to university only 24% of kids in Mexico. So 76% don't have that opportunity. So it's a big challenge to governments and to our education system, number one, to keep kids in school. Number two, quality. What is the use of having kids in school, in the classroom, if what they're going to learn from the teacher and from the books does not have the quality? So we must work on quality content, what is going to be taught to this kid. And finally, one thing that Mexico discovered late, but it's very important, evaluation. And of course, teachers don't want to be evaluated. Of course, juniors avoid evaluation. They don't want that. But it must be done. We must evaluate what kids are learning and how much they are learning. So making tests public, transparent, accountable, to really learn how is the education system working, we will not be able to have success. What you don't measure, you don't improve. So it was very difficult in Mexico to get in with the evaluation system recommended, by the way, by United Nations and by UNESCO, the unit of education of United Nations, recommended to evaluate every year how our school system is performing. Otherwise, we're wasting our money, and kids are wasting their life if they are not learning what they should be learning. So it's very important, these three things. One, 100% covered, everybody in school. Number two, quality. We must review content of education as frequently as needed. And number three, evaluation. Those would be the three pillars of a good education system.
Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we spent the past 1 hour listening to one of the very successful presidents of Mexico, a man who was head of government from the year 2000 to 2006. He has shared his experiences with us. They are wonderful experiences. You can see the man just went on reading these things from the top of his head. I want to thank you all for participating and look forward to seeing you at the next summit. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We're going to have a photography session. President Fox, Mr. Shibanjo, please. And please, could His Excellency, the Governor, join them? Let's quickly have a photo session for the press. And of course, we also have a few things to deliver. Is that getting ready?